Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I will tell you about 10 interesting facts about camels. Number 10, two different toes. When we think of the feet of a camel, we picture two large toes that help them to walk in the desert. We can also imagine those toes leaving two distinct prints in the sand. However, camels actually have 4 toes, 2 on each foot. One toe is smaller than the other. The smaller toe is located behind the larger one and is almost hidden by the animal's body. However, when the camel runs, the smaller toe lifts up to leave an imprint in the sand next to the larger toe. This allows the camel to always have fresh tracks for their prey to follow, confusing the predators into thinking the camel has just passed through the area, making it hard for them to tell how long ago the camel had actually been there. Number 9. A helpful hump. The hump of a camel is one of the most distinctive parts of its body. It's often used to transport water or food. Many people believe that the bump stores water, but this isn't quite true. While the hump does help with water transportation, its main purpose is to store fat. The fat in the hump can be used by the body as energy when there is no food available. But when it comes to water, a camel doesn't use the water stored in its hump at all. Instead, it uses the fat in the hump to produce metabolic water. Metabolic water is water that is produced as a byproduct of the fat being broken down and used for energy. So while the hump doesn't directly store water, it does help the camel to conserve it. Camels can survive without water for days, because their bodies are able to slow down the amount of water they lose through sweating and peeing. They are even able to reabsorb water from their urine, which is normally something the body gets rid of. Number 8. Double eye protection. Camels have adapted to survive in harsh environments where they might encounter flying objects such as rocks or thorns. These objects can cause serious damage to a camel's eyes, but luckily, camels have evolved to protective mechanisms to keep their eyes safe. First, camels have a membrane called the nictitating membrane that acts like a windshield wiper to remove dust and debris from their eyes. They also have another eyelid that covers the first one. This inner eyelid protects the eye from any foreign objects that may be large enough to penetrate the outer layer of protection. The second eyelid can be lowered independently of the first one, so that the camel can still see even when the second eyelid is covering its eye. Number 7. Nose to the wind. You might be familiar with this saying, a camel's nose knows what's around it. And that's true. Camels have an amazing sense of smell. They use their noses to detect predators long before they get too close, giving them time to escape or defend themselves. In addition to smelling danger, camels can also use their noses to find food. They can smell plants that are hidden underground and then dig them up with their teeth. The camel's nose is also very flexible, allowing them to breathe easily while walking in the desert. Number 6. Feet that can't sweat. Even though camels live in the desert, their feet don't sweat. This is good for them because sweating can make the body dehydrated. And if a camel was already dehydrated, it would be very easy for them to die of thirst in the desert. If their feet could sweat, they wouldn't be able to walk in the hot sand either. Their feet would stick to the ground and they wouldn't be able to move. To prevent their feet from getting too hot, camels have special pads on their feet that help to insulate them from the heat. Number 5. Built for speed. Some people think that camels are slow-moving animals, but that's not true. Camels can actually run pretty fast, especially when they need to. They can reach speeds of up to 65 kilometers per hour over short distances, and they can sustain speeds of up to 40 kilometers per hour for longer periods of time. They are built for speed with long legs and necks that allow them to stride out over long distances. They can even jump over obstacles in their path when they need to. Number 4. Spit happens. Camels are known for their ability to spit, and they do it for a variety of reasons. They can spit to show aggression or fear, or they can spit to get rid of something that's irritating them. For example, if a camel is bitten by a fly, it might spit to try to kill the insect. Camels can also spit to mark their territory or to attract a mate. When a camel spits, it uses a muscle in its throat to force the liquid out of its mouth. This liquid is usually saliva, but it can also be stomach acid or a combination of the two. It can travel up to 3 meters, which is far enough to reach a predator that's trying to get too close. Number 3. Furry friends. Most people think of camels as being hairless, but that's not true. Camels have hair, but it's often hidden under a thick coat of dirt. This dirt acts as a natural sunscreen, helping to protect the camel from the sun's harmful rays. The hair on a camel's body also helps to regulate its temperature, keeping it cool in the desert heat. Camels also have a thick coat of fur on their heads, which helps to protect them from the sun and wind. In addition to keeping the camels cool, the fur also helps to keep them warm at night when temperatures drop significantly in the desert. The fur is especially thick around the hump, which is the part of the camel's body that sticks up from its back. The hump is made of fat, and the fur helps to keep the fat from getting damaged by the sun. The fur on a camel's body is also very important for camouflage. The color of the fur helps to blend in with the desert surroundings, making it harder for predators to spot them. Number 2. They have mustaches. Camels have long, thick eyebrows and eyelashes that help protect their eyes from the sun. They also have short, bristly whiskers that help them to feel their way through thick vegetation. And yes, camels have mustaches. No one really knows why camels grow mustaches, but they may be used to help the animal balance itself while walking on uneven terrain. Mustaches are made of a collection of longer hairs that grow on the upper lip of a camel. And although they may look silly, these facial adornments serve an important purpose. The long hairs on the mustache can sense changes in air currents, which helps the camel to stay upright when walking on uneven terrain. In addition, the mustache also helps the camel to communicate with other camels. Each camel's mustache is unique, and the animal uses its mustache to identify individuals. They can also use their mustache to show aggression or submission to other camels. Number 1. Living without water. We already mentioned that camels can go days without water, but they can also go without food for a while. 2. Camels can survive for a month without eating if they need to. They are able to go so long without food because they do not need much energy to move around. They can also slow down their metabolism if necessary, which helps them to conserve energy. Camels are also able to adapt to the amount of food that they eat. If there is a lot of food available, they will eat more. But if food is scarce, they will eat less and still survive. All of these adaptations help the camel to survive in the desert where food and water can be hard to find. Thanks for watching. Which fact surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time.